Jordo here. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today we got some United. I want to talk some United stuff. The We're all over the place right now at Man United. We are literally like we have no idea what is going on. Um, Back in on Chouamini, but then in Spain they speak out that he has no interest in leaving Real Madrid. What does that actually mean? We don't know. Real Madrid might not want to keep him around as much as he wants to stay. And who's to say if that's the case and they tell him, hey, listen, we're moving on in the midfield and looking for other options. You can stay, but we can't promise you playing time. Maybe then he would be interested in United. I'm now hearing links back with Ederson. Why, why are we going for a guy that we went for 2 years ago? I think for me, it just feels like we're falling down the totem pole of options or something along those lines because we start with Elliot Anderson. Feels like he's going to Man City. It just feels like that deal's over and done with, and we know that, and we're trying to put out more press on other guys and other names, and I can't wrap my head around why we're just not all in on Tonali. I think he's as exciting as Anderson is, and young and homegrown and all that. Tonali feels like such an easy and simple solution and answer to our problem for 5 or 6 more years. Um, every game you watch of him, he performs compared to the other guy. We're in on Baleba, who just had finally had one good game. We're in on the other names I've heard. I haven't heard a lot. I say all the time, I'm really in on Stiller. I hear nothing with him, so I don't want to get my hopes up. But I think he'd be another good option, a great replacement for Anderson. Same type of player, can make the plays all over the field and really play the ball out from the back and create chances from deep in the pitch. Um, Barrios, haven't heard much more about him since there was a little leak a week or two ago. Just that we were looking at him. Haven't heard anything else about him. Kamavinga. All I'm hearing is Baleba, 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 and then the occasional Chouamini, but it's been made pretty damn clear that no one has interest in him, right? So, where are we going? I haven't heard anything else on Denzel Dumfries. I have no. Are we just doing all this to make it seem like no one wants to come here? So when we inevitably sign Baleba, it's like, oh, let's celebrate. We got a guy that barely plays on Brighton. I just don't know what the plan is. Um, I love Sheshko and I think he's a great young talent and all of that, but we were in on the club wanted Delap. We couldn't get Liam Delap from Chelsea, thank God, but we couldn't get him. And then there was, Gyökeres and Osimhen. We didn't go after Osimhen. Too much money. We didn't want to spend any money, which I think we'd be a lot. We'd be challenging for maybe second or even the title if we had Osimhen. That's just an experience thing. I think Sheshko could be a better striker than him and Gyökeres. Gyökeres has been kind of a whatever this season, anyways. But it's not about the player what they're doing now. It's about when we're targeting them. We don't ever get our guy. It feels like we just kind of go down the list until we get somebody that goes, oh yeah, I'll come play at United. Like I don't even know if Mbumo and Cunha were our top options. Inside the club they could release whatever they want. That's all we know. But who's to say that we weren't in on Semenyo last summer? You know what I mean? And it just nothing came about. Or maybe we were in on Diamande last summer, and or who knows? Who knows? We don't. We have no idea because we don't. They don't talk about anything, and they just throw names out there, and then we just sit there praying to God one of the darts lands on the guy we want, and not on the guy that no one wants, but the club wants. It's been real frustrating. I I made a little bit video before, but the Red Sox, Boston fan, also the rest of my page you can see in the background, Boston stuff. The Red Sox fired Jason Varitek. I don't know if you're watching this video and you're at the soccer side, you might not know baseball that much, but Varitek is a legend for the Boston Red Sox. Was a catcher, won World Series championships with them. Came in as a coach. Team's not doing good. They fired him. Um, I tie that into Man United because it seems like with Ollie and Carrick and we just want to keep all these former players and make it work when it doesn't work, and at a functional level of any business, never mind a sports team, winning is what matters. Um, And that's what you got to put first. If the loyalty doesn't win, then why? Who cares about loyalty? I I don't think we owe these players had great careers for us. We don't owe them anything in their manager career if that's what they're looking to, or their media career. We have a lot of pundits and former players in the media that don't really get it. Um, but yeah, this is just a quick video today. Chouamini's probably off. Anderson's probably done. I don't know why we're not on Tonali. I don't even hear him really linked with anywhere else right now. It could be end up being City. But the real issue for me is where are we going? Is Baleba just our guy? Like, is that just what we get to look forward to? Is Baleba comes in with Manu, and then we got two kids playing in the midfield in the Champions League, and we go get João Gomez. We need a star. We're Man United. We need stars. Look what we actually went out and got Cunha and Mbumo, and they transform Shesko too. But I'm saying like stars. Shesko's not star level yet, but he's a rising star. Um, but we got two of the best wingers in the Premier League. I guess technically Cunha's a central attacker, whatever. But we'll get two attacking players, and now our attack has been great, solved a problem. We need to do it again in the midfield, right? And if the Premier League proven thing looks like it's working with Cunha and Mbumo or whatever, then go get Premier League proven successful players. I don't care if they played in the Premier League. I want them to have been good in the Premier League. Baleba didn't play for months, has one good game, and everybody's back on the Baleba wagon. That's fine. What about Alex Scott? Younger, probably cheaper than Baleba, and been a stud all season. We got, I mean, I know Anderson and Tonali, and I wish we go after Bruno Guimaraes, but God forbid we go after somebody almost 28, 29. We don't need all young kids. We need stars. But let's not get back into that. I've touched on that in too many videos. What is the plan? Like, do we want to compete in this is what I'm trying to figure out. Do we just want to make the Champions League and that's it? Just skate by and try to get fourth in the table, compete in the Champions League, maybe get into the knockout stage, doesn't matter, and then just squeeze back into fourth again? Or do we want to become a football club that challenges for the Premier League title, which we have not done in a long time, and also challenges to make a run in the in the Champions League? Um, I think bare minimum we need to be in the Champions League every year. We're Man United. Like Arsenal can do it, Man City can do it. Liverpool pretty much do it all the time too. I know they struggled a little bit this year, but they're right back in it already again. We got to be in that top four every season. I think that's a bare minimum. I think we should be bare minimum challenging for the Premier League title, at least second place every year. Every year we should be challenging for a top three spot in the Premier League, and I think anything below that's unacceptable. We have too much of a fan base, too much money incoming to the club with apparel and brands and doors. There's too much money to not spend it. There's too much. The club is too big to feel so small. But yeah, let me know. Like, who do you guys want in the midfield, and do you want Baleba, or what? What should we do? Let me know. Thanks.